We begin with our blessing for these days of separation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ha'oneh be'et tzara. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, the one who answers us in our time of crisis. Hayom Esrim Yom Shehem Shnei Shavuot Rishisha Yamim Laseger. This is the 20th day, making 2 weeks and 6 days in our quarantine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Praise are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who commands us to busy ourselves with the study of Torah. Now, the night before the Seder, it is the tradition to search for chametz. Now, some people have never heard of this custom before, and some people may remember it from their past, from being when they were a child. They're walking around the house with a candle and a feather and maybe a wooden spoon, and they're not really sure why or what was going on with it, but that's how it was put together. The idea here is to remove all the chametz, the last crumbs of chametz from our homes. And there are 3 ways. There are technical details to this, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time on the technical details. There's 3 ways to get rid of chametz from our homes before Pesach. One is to eat it up. That's obviously the best way to be able to do it. The second way is to sell it, and we sell it to somebody who isn't Jewish, since non-Jews are allowed to own chametz for Passover and Jews are not. So therefore we sell it. But if there's anything that's left over, that has to be searched out, and then in the morning has to be burned. And that's what this is all about. We have this search the night before. We do it with a candle. We have a feather to make sure we get every last crumb. We put it into some kind of a disposable container that's combustible, so that it'll burn more easily. We take it all. Since we don't have any chametz in our house, we have to actually plant little crumbs of chametz here and there, so we can search them out, find them, and then we wrap them all up, and they have to be destroyed, burned actually, before 10 o'clock or so on the morning before the Seder. And it's a symbolic hunt, obviously. There's no chametz in the house. We've been spending weeks cleaning it out and using it up. So why have a symbol? I mean, why do you need it at all? If there's nothing left, there's nothing left. Why do you need to search it out? And the symbol, I think, is that it has to do less with the chametz itself, less with the bread that we have, the leavened bread that we're looking for. I think it has more to do with the leavening inside of ourselves. Are we ready for Pesach? If we haven't searched out now leavening, is we think of it as causing bread to rise and makes cakes have their flavor. But at the same token, it is a kind of a decomposition. It's a kind of a rot. It creates these bubbles that make up the bread, makes it all nice and fluffy. But it really is a fermentation, and it's a way of letting things decompose in their own way. And that's the part of our lives, that's the part of who we are that we really also want to get rid of at this time of year. That we don't want to have these leavened habits, these that sort of are creating this little bit of rot inside of us, that we want to get rid of them. We've always wanted to get rid of them. We've never really just done it. And this gives us an opportunity not just to clean our homes, but to clean ourselves out as well of all these annoying habits that keep us enslaved to the way we live our lives. And knowing that we could do much better if we were without them, this gives us an opportunity to really remove them. And when we burn our chametz in the morning, we can sort of let these habits of ours be burned as well, let them go up in smoke, so that we can live our lives without them, free from the slavery which they chain us to, and liberating us to really have a new life and be redeemed from that which has always held us back. So it's more than just a removal of bread. It's really a search not only of our homes, but of ourselves as well, so that we know what we need for Pesach, and the stuff that we don't need, we can throw it away and burn it up, and start our life on Pesach cleansed of whatever bad habits we may have.